Now, Look Good, Feel Better is Canada's only charitable cancer program dedicated to empowering women to manage the effects that cancer and its treatment can have on their appearance. Created from a belief that if a woman with cancer can be helped to look good, chances are she'll feel better, her spirits will be lifted, and she'll be empowered to face her illness with greater confidence. And our Mary Kay volunteers are a big part of such a success story. Each volunteer gives their free time at workshops across the country, bringing together women with cancer in a safe and supportive environment where they benefit from shared experiences and learn how to look and feel more like themselves again. So at this time, I would like to ask all our Look Good, Feel Better volunteers to stand for a much-deserved round of applause. Thank you so much, ladies. And who better to share how amazing the Look Good, Feel Better workshop is than someone who has been there, right? We are fortunate to have with us today independent beauty consultant Marilee Price. Marilee is she has a following. Marilee is a daughter, she's a mom, she's a school teacher, animal and music lover who chooses to live her life to the fullest. Please join me in welcoming her to our seminar stage. From Quispamsis, New Brunswick, independent beauty consultant Marilee Price.
Good morning, Mary Kay family and friends. I'm truly honored to stand here today and share my story with you. I have had a miraculous year. Last fall, I was plagued by excruciating headaches. Thinking they were simple migraines, I continued to pursue my two careers, one as a Mary Kay consultant and another as a school music teacher. The pain was so great, however, that I couldn't fulfill my duties at either career. Frustrated and discouraged, I finally sought the care of my family physician. After 3 visits and 2 prescriptions, he ordered a CAT scan, which I dismissed as a simple precaution. It was anything but. Within 4 hours of my first scan, I was admitted to the oncology ward of the St. John Regional Hospital. They had discovered an 8-centimeter diameter glioblastoma multiforme tumor lodged in my left frontal lobe. Amidst a flurry of prayer offers and widespread community support, my case was handed to a very capable neurosurgeon. 5 days later, all visible portions of the tumor were removed successfully. I woke from the first surgery free of pain and able to speak clearly and completely for the first time in 6 months. I recognized my parents, my 2 beautiful sons, and their father. Our delight was, I still knew him. Our delight was short, however, as I developed a bleed in my brain requiring a second surgery. While it was also successful, I was horrified when I opened my eyes. I was blind. Upon this discovery, the ICU flew into a bustle of activity. The air grew thick with heartsick thoughts. The voices of my caregivers were heavy with concern. My mind began to spin as I tried to grasp my life without my vision. And I wondered about everything from marking my students' papers to pampering ladies with makeovers to the simple task of signing my son's homework. As it so happened, I had an angel on my shoulder that day. My beloved director, the one and only Esther Gallup, popped into my head. As clear as anything, I heard her say, in quite a stern tone, I might add, "You stop that stinkin' thinkin'. Everything happens for a reason." So at that prompt, I drew a breath and I addressed my nurse. Well, you know, Irene, I said, there are worse things in life than being blind. I'm a music teacher and I can still hear. She nearly fell over, but instantly the room changed. Following my lead and embracing a positive direction, they discovered that the blindness was not permanent. Within 24 hours, my vision had returned to the point where I could read for short periods of time and text on my phone. I was certain God was in full control. A glioblastoma multiforme is not a pathology that should be taken lightly. With that knowledge and a strong faith, I declared war. We entered treatments with our gloves off and our cancer-kicking boots on. The first tool in my arsenal was our very own Look Good, Feel Better program. As a consultant, I knew the program was good, and I had supported it in the past in much the same way as many of you. I knew it was good because the Mary Kay Company was involved through product donations, financial support, and all of you wonderful volunteers. I thought I knew how important it was, right up until I stepped into that room and was handed my very own box of cosmetics. Ladies, this is a program like no other. It doesn't deal with the clinical, chemical illness of cancer. It hits cancer where no other form of treatment can. It takes the cancer's ugly appearance and empowers women to be beautiful, strong, confident, positive warriors by arming them with tools of self-care that are overlooked by the clinicians. That afternoon was one of the most powerful experiences of my journey back to health. As a Mary Kay lady myself, the volunteers were preaching to the choir. I already began each day by dressing professionally, wearing a full color look, and marching into oncology with a fierce confidence. In that room, it was evident that not all cancer patients attack treatment the same way. The room began with a fearful air, but soon our volunteers wove their magic. Without even realizing it, the women began to shine, to smile, giggle, and finally laugh. Every one of the ladies around the table began as ill, frightened cancer patients, and each one emerged from the session with glowing faces, hearty laughter, and heads held high. In a world where treatments are often ugly, painful, and intimidating, our little bit of beauty is just the sunshine which many need. I was horrified to learn that there are women who refuse treatment because of the appearance-related side effects. For that reason, I created a public album on my Facebook page titled Look Good, Feel Better Fun. While it took some courage to post photos publicly of my hair loss, if it can convince even one woman to take treatments, and if telling my story to you here today can convince even one more of you to volunteer, it will be worth it. I continue to battle this beast. Following my 6 weeks of double treatments, I am now in the midst of 12 treatments of maintenance chemo, where I take chemotherapy pills for 5 days, followed by 23 days off. I have completed 4 of these cycles, and none of my medical team can explain to you why my blood counts are holding, or why I do not have any nausea, vomiting, heartburn, food aversions, metallic taste, or any other unpleasant side effect. The only indication of my treatments, other than my hair loss, is I've slowed down enough for my 73-year-old father to almost keep up with me. I've had 2 clear MRI since my treatments began, and by all accounts, my claim of healing will most likely come true. I have too much left to do. I have too much to live for to roll over now. This unwelcome invader has, in my opinion, been shown the door and stomped into oblivion. I owe a huge debt of gratitude to this company for bolstering my confidence in facing adversity, and to all of our Look Good, Feel Better volunteers from coast to coast who are transforming the treatment process for women who must fight in this war. From all of us to all of you, thank you.
Wow.